So hello and welcome back to FTRL, and instantly for anyone that's watching it's probably well aware that this is not SP Live, this is not a show. It's the FTRL Switchback Stack for a one-off for the next special with me, first time in about a year on GT. I am back, just stepping in, he's John's got the sore throat, soon. So fraught, not very good for commentary. If anyone in the chat can let me know how my mic sounds, because as we're all well aware by now, GT is slightly different to how F1 is. Well, I say slightly, the cars with GT on commentary so so how it sounds, let me know. If I need to put my mic closer or if I need to turn it up or all that, just anyone just let me know. I will do my very best to try and rectify as best as I can. But anyway, yes, penultimate round. Oh, do you read me? It's not went well. There's clearly been some sort of glitch, which gives me time to set up anyway, even more. So, yeah, if it's the mic's not good or anything, then I can have plenty of time to rectify it. Clearly, there's been some sort of glitch, which is, yeah, quite familiar. Good, Fever. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Well, I shall just move something. Give me 1 second. There's something in my way that I couldn't see the tyres, which isn't helpful. Yeah, so penultimate round. I believe by looking at the scores, Aaron has given me a little thing that helps me with how many points everyone's behind, giving me the table and all that. So Tom is 68 points ahead of Pagani, and as you get 2 points for pole, you get 15 for race 1 and race 2, and you get 35 points for race 3. Pagani does not outscore Tom by 2 points tonight, then Tom wins the championship. So I will update you throughout in terms of how that is working. In terms of the constructors, I think it's 5 points separating Team Brexit, which is, if I remember right, it's Raw and Fever and Unsafe, and Drop the Mic is Pagani, Aaron and Lico. So those are the two teams that are vying for the constructors. In terms of the rest of the kind of the championship, it's kind of, as I said, T-Spec and Pagani up the top, then it's Rom and Aaron, then it's Fever and Unsafe, Blue Flag, Jono, Ross and Lico is the top 10, and Lennon's, Junkie Sport, Houdini, Mikey and Fred are the 15 drivers. Yeah, so 15 points for race 1 and race 2, 35 points for race 3, 2 points for pole. So Pagani needs to outscore Tom by 2 points, if not, then he's won. So we shall join again, hopefully. I'm assuming that was some sort of usual glitch. We know that was a slight one now. There was a bit of a disaster with the GT2, I remember, a couple of weeks ago. Well, it was last week, I can't remember, I'm forgetting away from me. But yeah, there was a bit of a disaster recently, I think. But yeah, it's the Hyundai week, so we're at Suzuka, which is definitely a bit of a circuit that tends to be disliked, I'd say, by a lot of people. I quite like it, but yeah, it's the figure of 8, so we've got that kind of bridge element over the circuit, and the start is probably the best. Couple of corners, you get the S's, and you've got heading towards the diagonals, which are very, very good. You can need to watch, particularly that second diagonal. Not so much in the Group 4 cars, because they are quite grippy. But when it comes to the Group 3 cars, you definitely do. The Hyundai is quite a nice car to drive. And to be honest, I haven't driven GT in a while. So what I'm saying here could be absolute totally, to be honest. but as far as I'm concerned, I hope it's still quite nice to drive. Yeah, it's not the most powerful, but I think it has been given a few power updates recently. Because they do that balance of performance updates, the BOP updates. And I do believe they're trying to give it a little bit more power. I think everyone's always said it's a nice car to drive, but it just lacks that bit of grunt and that bit of extra speed. Yeah, I think it's got a little bit better in that respect. Watching Ross, obviously it's not quality yet, it's that some sort of glitch or something. But yeah, so far, I mean, obviously we're expecting Pagani and Tom to be right up there. I say he needs to outscore by more than 2 points to win the championship. Pagani doesn't, so it could be all decided tonight. Which would be very nice. Because I'm only on 1 week. Bit disappointed for Sean, who's been commentating all week, all season, and he doesn't get to see the who wins. Doesn't get to commentate it. So apologies. That does happen tonight, Tom. Not Tom, Sean, you. Just need some donuts from Brazier Daddy. Nelson. He's second P3 in the standings. So season for Ron. The last one. Safe. So, and a little bit more practice, just coming to the final game. It's a difficult little complex that. Thankfully on this game we'll have the what's it called speed bump on the straight. I think they've blown a patch somewhat. There used to be an absolute speed bump in the middle of the track, which was just completely unrealistic. Aaron has started to qualify, so we'll get underway again. Hopefully, no issues. I've watched it quite a few weeks, but I've not had a good look at the livery, so getting familiar with the controls again, anyway. Says T. Smith, gold rims. Kind of describe that as kind of like a chrome forest green, which is interesting. Let's have a little look. Everyone out there at lap. Pagani just come through that second exit, and I think that might be one of the trickiest corners in this track, to be honest, the second exit. And this hairpin, which you can use so many different lines, which there's not much difference between all, to be fair. I think it depends on your kind of driving style. And we can head down this kind of curved straight towards Spoon curve, which you need to watch you don't go too wide, because it's there's a lot of time you could get yourself on that gravel on the outside. I think it's gravel. There's gravel right to the edge of this. Yeah, kind of a gravel then. Yeah, it's gravel, there we go. So yeah, you can lose a lot of time there. Fever. There's Carl, William, Mike. Oh, Bread's already having some issues. That's a Spoon. The mid to exit Spoon. Who's something like that? It's Pagani who's going to start the first lap. But shall we go on board and watch a lap on a Hyundai of Pagani? Lovely as always for Pagani. As he heads up into 6th gear, heads towards turn 1, breaks down to, usually it's about 3rd, yeah, he does, and then he jumps to 2nd very quickly, momentarily, jumps straight back up to 3rd, up to 4, and heads for the first part of the S's using all of the track, as much as the track as possible, keeping it on the left hand side so you can get the next right hander. Alright, and then he's got the Dunlop curve to come, just needs a little bit of throttle control, and then flat out all the way up to the very first of the Degners. Very fast corners, fling them in, cut a little bit of the first part, and then go for the second part nicely as well. No traction issues, it feels a bit more sturdier, and it's got a nice hand car to drive as well, so no issues there. As he heads towards the hairpin, and he's into first gear, getting that car rotated, then straight away up into second and third, nice on the power, and then all the way around to the spoon. We've got a decent lap so far. But Pagani always does improve throughout quali. He's got 4.5 minutes, so you don't get many laps in quali anymore. And he's just watching himself for a spoon. The track's a little bit wide, but he's just, I think, alright. And he's got away with it. I don't think he'll get a penalty for that. I hope not. And it doesn't look like it. Change all the time in this game, not no. A little bit of throttle control through 130R and brakes down into second. Cuts that nicely just over a curb and then accelerate out. Tom just behind him. It's going to be a 2:06.6 and it's going to be a 2:06.7. Ross is just behind. Unsafe is behind as well. Aaron as well, so and then I think that was Recall pops himself up into P4 as well. Bieber pops himself up into P5. Houdini is at the back at the moment. Carl is at the back now as well. Lennon has jumped up into P7 just ahead of Aaron. Mike is P13 Breads. So he's at the back. Breads had to sit a good lap. So Pagani 102.6.6 provisional pole at the moment. 102.6.7 for T Smith. Then it's Ross MP3 and up 7.4. Leaco's just behind him. Bieber's just behind him. Unsafe's just behind him. Lennon's, Jesus, it's close between from Lennon, Leaco, sorry, in P4 to Lennon in P7. So those four guys are separated by just over a tenth of a second. Aaron's a couple of tenths off them in P8, then it's Rom P9, Blue Flag's P10, and he seems to be on a decent lap at the moment. He's got just overtook Carl. That's going to hinder his lap massively. So let's see what's happening with T Smith at the moment. Coming around spoon, can he use up Pagani? Move himself up into pole position. We'll have to settle for second for race 1. This lap been going for Keith Smith, coming up to time now, and he is just down, but it's not a lot. So can he make it up in the last sector? He's got a couple of corners to go. It looks quite nice and smooth. Very, very smooth for T Smith. I must say that looked very, very nice and tidy. I think he's actually matched his last sector time. Ross improved to go P3. Aaron's had a big jump up into P4. Unsafe hasn't improved. Recall hasn't improved either. Bieber's not going to improve. Lennon isn't improving either. Blue Flag is the one that's improving. And he's going to set a 2 minute 8.4. Is that 1 minute? A bloody quick lap. It's going to look out of shape again. Oh, DBB. Oh, got it. Pagani though, let's see. He's on his next lap, 206.6. That last lap wasn't anywhere close really. He was over half second down. So this is going to be the last laps. And all or nothing now for Tom. Pagani's wide, and he was purple. So I think Pagani has just ruined that attempt. Unless he can do a monumental comeback here. T Smith though, I think, looks in a good position at the moment. Ross just behind. Ross needs a couple of attempts to find. See if he can possibly get on the front row of the grid. Tom's looking nice at the moment. He might even just be getting a little bit of slipstream, but it is a little bit closer you need to be now. I don't know, it's still 3/4 of a second. What it was quite a bit there. He's in the slipstream now if he's getting any. I think he is actually getting quite a bit actually. He's close enough now. And he's gonna be, oh my god, he's over half a second purple here. All he needs to do is not crash. Really. And I think he's got through it alright as well. And he's going to get a little bit more slipstream as well. This is going to be pole position for T Smith. It's a 2:06.1. Ross hasn't improved. Aaron has jumped and leapfrogged positive Ross, but then Rom has beaten Aaron to P3 for the moment. Unsafe P6, Lee calls P7, but Bieber's still trying to set another time. Don't think he's going to improve. He's not. Lennon's not going to improve. Blue flag is on his best at the moment, and it's going to be a 2:07.6, and he jumps up to P10. Carl is going to be 12. Brad is going a much better lap than he has been previously, and he's going to set, I think, a 7 something, or maybe an 8. It's an 8.4, so it's P12, so he left it to the end. But it's going to be T Smith who gets pole position on the last lap. Pagani is going to take P2. It's Rom, Aaron, Ross, Unsafe, Lee, Fieber, Lennon, Blue Flag, Houdini, and didn't get to see the last few. I think it was Brad, Carl, and then Mike. Alright. So, 15 minutes. T Smith is starting on pole. For the time he can win the championship, Pagani's got a good start, much better than T Smith, and Pagani leapfrogs him in towards turn 1. It's close, and there's about 3 or 4 wide. Unsafe, Rom, Ross, Lee Cole, and Aaron. Aaron's trying to nip down the inside of Lee and keep his position, and I think he's just on the outside of positive Ross coming into the first of the S's. Aaron's got to back out. He very nearly ended up going off the track there, but he's now, Ross got a little bit out of shape as well. Lee Cole's a bit on the grass. Aaron's still in P6, Lee Cole's still P7, Lennon's in P8. It's Fieber, Blue Flag's having a look at him. Oh, Fieber and Lennon have had a little bit of a collision, though they're still keeping possession. Blue Flag's trying to go round the outside off with Dini's Wi-Fi, and that's going to be the inside for the first of the Degners. Dini's Wi-Fi is going to get forced off slightly. It's quite clean actually for the move through into the Degner. Dini's Wi-Fi's hit the wall. I think just a little bit. Red's also had a bit of a collision, and he's dropping down the order now. He's going to be last as they come into the hairpin, though he sends it back down the inside of Mike, and he gets back up to P13. Pagani though, great start, leads from T Smith. Unsafe is P3, Rom is P4, so going well for those two teammates at the moment, 3rd and 4th. Aaron's still P5, he's got a little bit of a gap now to Liko behind, who's closely followed by Lennon, who's stuck in the back of him. And a very, very lovely and very bright looking Hyundai. Very nice livery on Lennon's car. I like that. I'm not sure if Lennon's made it himself, did you? Owen Lennon's probably he's right on the back of him, though, coming through 130R. It's going to be close coming into hairpin. I don't know if he'll think about a move here. It's a little bit risky, I think, especially not the lap. Lennon, Liko, sorry, in the Dairy Milk car. Very nice as well. Positive Ross, P8. He's not had a good start. Fieber is 9, Blue Flag is P10, and he's right in the slipstream now of Fieber. I think Fieber might be getting a little bit off of Ross, so that's going to, that a little bit negligent, that slipstream effect. It's a little bit wide though, he's very wide, and Blue Flag's going to get through. thought he broke very late, and he's going to lose a place to Houdini's Wi-Fi. He's got back on 11, he just broke too late there. Pagani still leads. T-Smith, though, is right there behind him. This is important for Pagani to try and keep to that last race. T-Smith is just going to sit there. You know how good T-Smith is. Just sitting behind people. Obviously, no fuel in this race, so that part's took away. No tyre wear either, so he's just going to have to wait there and think about when he wants to make this move. Unsafe is now Rom's heading off. Rom's down a P8. Rom's had a moment somewhere. He's dropped down from, he was thinking it was P3. You know, whether there's been some contact possibly between him and his teammate. Lennon giving a little bit of a nudge to Lee Cole. They're still very close together. Lennon's just about alongside. He has to pull back in as he heads towards Spoon Curve down this straight. Bit of a FTRL train developing from P4 behind. That's Aaron at the lead of it. There's not a big gap in front of him, to be honest. Unsafe though. Lennon's still not able to find a way through yet, but he's going nicely at the moment. He's sitting comfortable there. Aaron's got a decent half gap in front and behind, so he's in a decent position moment. Aaron P4. Lennon though is looking very racy behind Lee, and I think he's trying to pull out of the slip here, and it's going to be close, it's going to be tight, and there's been a little bit of a touch as they enter into 130R, and that's going to allow Positive Ross the chance to go round the outside at the hairpin. Positive Ross is going to try and go all the way round the outside. It's an absolutely excellent move from Ross, timed to perfection as it usually is with Ross, and that is a very, very nice move. And Ross continues his recovery up into P6. Still got to get back past Lee Cole, but that was a very, very nice move, very well timed from Ross. Followed down the order, I think I can see Blue Flag having a look is that at Rom, not able to. These two are very familiar with each other, Blue Flag and Rom. At times these have been teammates over the years. I think a little bit wide, but it's still Carl who's at the back of the grid at the moment, in P14. Pagani's got a bit of a gap, the biggest gap he's had. T-Smith's had a bit of a dodgy end to the lap, so he's closing back in now. We've got a decent enough gap now to Unsafe in P3, so they can push as much as they want at the moment. Aaron's only a second behind Unsafe, so could get a podium. Lee Cole's in P5. Ross is trying to get back past Lennon. Lennon has got back past him while he's going through the order, so Lennon has found his way back past. Don't know if Lennon's just found a way through, or Ross has just made a little bit of an error somewhere. Can he make a way back past? Sure he can at the moment. Rom's P8 and Blue Flag's P9. I know how Rom's had a good qualifying. He's made a mistake somewhere, so I expect him to come through the grid at some point as well. He's anticipating Ross. Oh, he's very close behind as it towards Spoon Curve. Very nice on through Spoon Curve there. Ross was a little bit wide, so allowed Rom a decent run through, though I think he's actually near enough had to put on a bit of the brakes there. He caught up so quickly. And he's looking quite nice though here. Rom on the back of Ross, he's closing in quite nicely, and he's going to try and find a way through here, I think here. Not into the chicane, but possibly on the straight. Lennon's quite close to the back of Lee Cole as well, so we'll just quite quickly and see if Lennon can get past. He's closing, he is closing, he's going to be having a think about a move here. Lee Cole defends the inside. Lee Cole's going to have Lennon's going to have to go the long way round, sorry, driver, and he's going to have to go wheel to wheel, and Lee Cole sees him out. Ross cannot get past Lennon, so it's, no, Rom, sorry, can't get past Ross, so it's as you were, P5 to P8, and then a little bit on the grass there, getting a little bit too excited. Aaron's closed that gap from a second down to 8 so he's gaining a little bit, and Unsafe's closed actually a little bit into the top two, and it's T. Smith now in the lead, so there's been a change in the lead up front. Pagani actually created a little bit of a gap. Well, T. Smith's went very wide there, and that could get Pagani a run. It's quite close enough. Well, he is thinking about trying to go around the outside and then try and go for maybe a cut back, which he is doing, and he gets a good run. He's had a good cut back, and then he's going to get the slipstream all the way down here towards Spoon Curve. Will he think about a move here? Back past. He's going to think about a move down the inside. He's right there. He's so close. He's going to peel to the outside. Tom's going to defend the inside. He's going to try and go the long way around the outside. It's Spoon Curve, and I don't think that's going to go well for Pagani. No, he's had to back out. It's not really an overtaking spot around the outside there. Though he is right in the slipstream. As we're over halfway here, so they've probably only got 4 laps to go for these guys. Now the guys in the back might have a break. Pagani has got a run, and he's going to try and go down the outside. They're going to go wheel to wheel through 130R. T. Smith is well wide. Pagani hasn't forced them off at all there. He's just went a little bit too fast in at the corner, and Pagani regains it. This is allowing Unsafe and Aaron to get very close. Aaron's having a great few laps here, and Aaron is right on the back of Unsafe, and he's going to have the opportunity here, I think. But once again, Unsafe defends the inside. All the drivers seem to want that inside line, so they're going to try and force everyone around the outside. Could be a recurring theme this evening into turn 1. Aaron's not quite got the pace at the moment to get past, and Unsafe defends quite nicely from Aaron, so he keeps that podium position at present. Unsafe's a little bit wide there. Aaron's thinking about trying to get away past. He's thinking about the guys up front. Pagani still leads from T. Smith. Unsafe is being pressurised by Aaron. Still, as you were at the moment, Lee Cole's still P5. Then Lennon is being massively put under pressure by Ross at the moment, who is right on his bumper. Looks like it's just going to be as you were at the moment. None of them are thinking about a move. Lennon's went wide, and he's hit the wall, and that's going to allow Ross and Rom through. So Lennon drops down to P8. Lennon though thinks about going back down the inside of Rom, and I think he's going to keep that position at the moment. Though Rom might think about it down at the Spoon. Oh, that little mistake there from Lennon. It gives Ross the incentive, and he needs no invitation, and he went straight through, back ahead. We battle these 3. Rom no. Can he think about a move past Lennon somewhere? Very close together, these 3. Both flags hovering in the background. Just to pick up the pace they involved. Lennon thought about a move down the inside there, and he thought better of it at the moment. Now though, he's went through. Ross has went wide. I'm not sure if there was a little bit of a push, if Ross just took too much speed into 130R, but Lennon's through. Ross drops down a P8, so it's now Rom we need to watch. Can he make a move? Oh, as that's Aaron has got past Unsafe. Unsafe though is going back down the inside. They're going to go wheel to wheel. It's a great battle, and Aaron's going to hold it around the outside, and I think he's going to have the inside line for the next corner, so I think Aaron might have this at the moment. He does indeed. Aaron keeps the position. T. Smith is still just behind Pagani. It's now kind of a Blue Flag's been able to join this after that that little group there as Ross made that error at 130R. Pagani's still in the driving seat at the moment. This is going to be this lap and then 2 other laps to go. Pagani's a little bit wide there through the first Digner, and he gets away with it though. Aaron is in front. Oh my god, Unsafe is just not broke. Unsafe has not broke for the second Digner. What has happened there? And he is just, I think there might be a bit of a bad disconnect there, as Rom is now trying to get past Lennon, and there's 4 cars there. It's a terrible camera angle. There we go, that's better. Ross and Rom going wheel to wheel. Lennon's obviously made a mistake because Ross was down in what was P8, but obviously that's now P7 due to a disconnect or something from Unsafe. But he's managed to get back past Rom now. It's a great battle between these. So it's still going to be 2 laps to go for most of these. Aaron has now got a gap back to Lecol. Pagani is going to cross the line with a good time to spare. I think everyone down to about maybe Houdini might get another lap. Who's that popping down the inside? Rom and Positive Ross. Rom's trying to get himself through. Jumps the camera a little bit there, and Ross keeps the position. Blue flag though is now P7. These are all just going to get an extra lap. I think these might get 2 laps, but they will slow each other down considerably battling, so they might only get 1 lap as Rom thinks they're going to move down the inside but isn't able to get there. But Ross is well wide again, and he's then all the way off the track now, and that's going to allow Rom, Blue Flag and Lennon and Fever all through. He's lost 4 positions in 1 corner. Good race so far from Lecol, who's wondering what all the kerfuffle's about at the moment, as Pagani still leads from T. Smith. T. Smith's also got a 1 second penalty, so Pagani's very much in the driving seat at the moment. Blue Flag is still P6, but he has got Lennon, who's pressurising him and trying to find a way past. They might get another lap, these lot. I'm not sure about Fever. Fever might not get another lap. Moscow, it's a shame for him. It all went wrong at the first corner on what might be his last lap. Blue Flag has a penalty though, which is definitely going to hinder him. He's going to have to slow down near the end or take a second penalty. And what he does here, Lennon's right on the back though, and he's trying to find a way around the outside, and there's a little bit of contacts made. Lennon's going to go quite wide, and that's going to allow Fever the opportunity down the inside, and needs no invitation, and he's through, and he's going to get the slipstream now. So Lennon's going to be under pressure. Quickly jump to Pagani, T. Smith, and it's as you were with them, so we'll stick with this battle. Not sure if they're going to get another lap because they keep battling, and that's going to slow them down considerably. Blue Flag still in the lead at the moment. Ross has went wide again. Fever is down the inside. Lennon's thinking about a move down the inside of Fever though, and it's still as you were though between them. They're all going to get another lap, I think, here. If Blue Flag comes round, there's about a second delay. Blue Flag is going to get another lap. Positive Ross is the first to finish, so these are going to get another lap, and Blue Flag is trying to fight with Lennon. He's trying to go down the inside. Lennon's trying to hold it round the outside. Blue Flag in P6, Lennon's P7, Fever's P8. Out front, Pagani has the authority at the moment, and T. Smith has a penalty. Blue Flag has a penalty as well, which is going to affect him. Front note, and it's calm. Blue Flag's wide, Blue Flag's gone, he's off! He took too much speed into the first exit, and he's lost it. So it's Lennon and Fever now that's P6, P7. Blue Flag drops down to P8. Pagani is coming towards Spoon for the final time. Houdini's crossed the line in P10, Mike's P11, Carl's P12 and Bread's P13. Fever's still battling with Lennon. He's trying to find a way down the inside. He's going down the inside at Spoon, getting his elbows out. Nice clean move though, it's fair. And Lennon's going to have to do a bit of a cut back, and he has a bit of a slide. That might put an end to that. Pagani though is going to come round 130 out, head towards the chicane as he goes through it now, and Pagani comes to go, is going to take the win. Congratulations to Pagani. He's going to take race 1. T. Smith is going to take P2. Aaron is going to take P3. Lee Call's going to take P4. It's a good result for them. Rom's P5, and then it's going to be these two, and Fever's going to get P6. Lennon wasn't able to come back at him. Last gasp overtake for Fever. Lennon P7, Blue Flag 8, and then it was Ross P9, Houdini, Mike, Carl, and Bread, and unsafe. Seemed to have to disconnect. So there we go. T. Smith wasn't able to do what he needed to do and outscore Pagani there. So now he needs to outscore him by an extra point, a couple of extra points now in the next few races. Pagani has the upper hand, but he did get pole though, so that's 2 points for him. So I'll have a few minutes break and then we'll be on for race 2, which is reverse grid for race 2. So I think Unsafe will end up starting on pole. I'll just disconnect. I'm not sure how it works anymore, but I believe that's how it works still. Race 2 coming up. So let's have a little look. A bit of a fun, some donuts. Reverse grid, as I said. So, person who started at the back will start out the front. Person who won the race, Pagani, will be at the back. Aaron just put in the chat that I missed the best overtake he's ever done. I'm assuming that was the overtake on Unsafe, possibly, which when I was going through the grid and I didn't actually see it until didn't actually go back onto that until there was Unsafe overtaken. So yeah, well, apparently it's Aaron. I've missed the best overtake he's ever done, which I'm sure he's a bit sad about, but I'm sure he'll show me. Oh, he says I was with him about 3 seconds before it happened. Oh dear. Oh, sorry, Aaron. Yep. I'm sure he'll show me later. Bread is some donuts as well. Some donut problems. I think I attempted to do some donuts and then just smacked into the wall. Unsafe is back in at the moment, so hopefully he can get a race in. I'm not sure what happened, he just didn't seem to brake, so I'm assuming that's a disconnect. So, second 15-minute race. Let's see if Pagani can outscore T. Smith. Try and keep this championship alive, if possible, to the very last round. And here we go, our race 2. See Unsafe starting on pole. Pagani at the back, so all good. It's all worked. Race grid has been a success last week, no glitches. So let's see, Unsafe starting on the front row, Bread alongside, expecting Unsafe to possibly win this here. Unsafe a good start, Bread not so good start. Junkie Sport is heading alongside Bread, and he might think about a move. No, I think Bread's just about close enough to hold it off. So Carl's going to go round the outside of Bread at turn 1. No, he's went a little bit too wide. I think Bread's going to hold out. Ross is in P4 and he's thinking about a move down the inside. He's going to have to think again. Houdini's Wi-Fi then. He's going to think about a move around the outside of Positive Ross. Positive Ross just a little bit of a wide entry to one of the corners there. Lennon P6, and that is a blue flag. Fighting tooth and nail there for that position. Blue flag's got a little bit of a touch. Weber's now trying to get past blue flag. He's going to have to sit back. Rom is then now going down the inside of Weber, the teammates. And that's Lee Call as well, who's going for a move down the inside as well of Bieber. And now Aaron as well is going for a look down the inside of Bieber as well. He's going to the outside for the hairpin. And I think Aaron's going to have him as well. And Aaron's going to go round, try and go round the outside of Lee Call. But he's not been able to. Terrible opening lap for Bieber. Is plummeting down the order. And he's got T. Smith. Pagani. Mike's had a dreadful start. Mike's went off somewhere. Unsafe though leads from Bread, Carl, Ross, Houdini's Wi-Fi, and Lennon, who is now going to get past Houdini's Wi-Fi as Houdini's Wi-Fi did that thing I mentioned that some people can do at Spoon. Nico manages to avoid them. Everyone avoids them in time. You're going to drop down to at least P10, possibly P11. As T. Smith might get past as well. He does as well. Pagani then is going to go 3 wide. I think Pagani has one out though, which is lucky for him as he didn't want to get involved in a 3 wide battle. People went wide in the background. It's contact between just Mikey and Houdini's Wi-Fi, who's also now, oh my god, who's that? Mike, who's just not broke. I don't know who that was. Who's that? Bread's had a moment, I think, where he's not letting me go on board. There he is there, he's had a moment on start finish straight and he's plummeted down the order. He's down at P9 at the moment. It's going to be P10 though as Pagani gets past as well. T. Smith and Pagani are very close together on track again as, oh, who's that in the background? Is that Positive Ross? It is indeed. It's not going well for him, turn 1, Positive Ross, is it? Ross is having some issues. He's going to try and go side by side with Houdini's Wi-Fi. I think that might be a bit pointless in the moment. He's looking to have a pace. We join the track. Unsafe has a massive gap. I think Unsafe is away and gone, to be honest. Barring any disconnects, anyway, he should win this race. Lennon P2 at the moment. Rob's P3. That's Lee Cole P4. Aaron T. Smith Pagani. So it's been a very quick switch back to the front for the guys that started down the back of the reverse grid. They're all kind of up there. Who's that? Pagani and T. Smith. T. Smith had a dodgy run through the second Lesmo again, and Pagani has now said thank you very much and has took that place. Bread's trying to come back at Weber. I think Bread is not going to win it just yet. Weber has a better run round the outside. So unluckily for him, it's not well, he's not managed to gain that place. Unsafe now, over 4 seconds. Lee Cole and Rom are battling. Rom is going to end up off the track and Aaron is going to get a move done, but then it's going to go 3 wide. I think Lee Cole might be trying to give that place back. That's easier said than done. They're going to go wheel to wheel, all 3 of them, and Aaron and Rom are going to go wheel to wheel. Rom is just about got the advantage at the moment, though Aaron is still just about there. Rom has got it now though, and he moves himself back up to P3. Pagani thinking about a move down the inside of Lee Cole. That's brave. Lee Cole defending the outside line, and I think he's just about got it, but then Pagani's still there and pops himself down the inside and he gets up to P5. Then it could be T. Smith's turn for a move down the inside of Lee Cole. The Lee Cole is going to have the slipstream. T. Smith isn't going to got that bit of slip, as I think that's Aaron thinking about a move down the inside. Rom as well, action up and down the field, apart from in the lead, who's 5.1 seconds unsafe. He's wondering what all the commotion is about behind. All the movement, there's not any movement up front. Blue flag P10, and he's got Bread's well wide. Jesus, Bread. He's not gonna rejoin him. T Smith and Lee Cole having a bit of a battle, still trying to get past him. Ghani's now P5 in a good position again. Aaron's P4. Thing is, even if these do get passed up to P2, I don't think they've got the pace advantage over Unsafe that's going to bridge that kind of deficit with the little laps they've got. Ghani right behind his very close friend and teammate of old, very familiar with each other, these two. Aaron and Pagani. Ahead, Rom still looking to get past Lennon. It wasn't the best race for Rom. I mean, he did do an excellent recovery. I think got P5 in the end. It could have been a little bit better for Rom. He was right up there, ahead of Aaron, ahead of Unsafe before Unsafe disconnect. But I'm not sure if there was either a collision between those two or it was just pissing off Rom. I'm not sure. They are two. Rom is closing in behind Lennon. He might wait until the straight. It's as you were though, down to P7. No one making any moves. Fever's P8. Blue flag. Santini's Wi-Fi. Red, Mike, and Carl. Ross is down the back in 7th. Time with it, to be fair. Rom, I think he's going to look round the outside once again. Driver defending on the inside line. And Rom's going to have to go the long way around, and he's not able to. And nicely defends. So we pass at the moment. T Smith still having to sit behind. I dare remember Carly Cole. Well, sitting quite nicely at the moment for them all. Lennon had a dodgy run through there, and that's allowed the cars behind to get very close, and he's been swarmed from all sides at the moment. Lennon here, he's having to drive pretty nicely here to keep himself in front. Now they're all so close, and all of these drivers behind are very, very quick. Lennon can be a very quick boy in his day, mind you. All depends. He has one or two very good races a season, Lennon, where he just comes and finds pace from what appears to be nowhere. Aaron trying to go round outside of Rom, and he's going to just about get it done. He's a little bit of contact with Rom, but I think he's just about got it. And then Pagani's going to try and nudge through as well, and he's going to get the slipstream. I think Rom's going to have to sit back here and wait, and he is. Rom has been overtook by both of the cars there. Leaco's a little bit wide there. That might allow T Smith a little bit of a chance on the run down to 150R. And might be under pressure soon here as well. That's overtake he did in Rom. Moved in Rom to let Lennon a second room, which I'm sure will be a bit of a relief for him. They're standing a bit of pressure there that last lap, and they're all swarming around him. Pagani thinking they might move down the inside. I think Pagani might just wait though. Rom trying to go round the outside again. Nicole still defending from T Smith. Tifa Beaver's joined this crew as well. So it's a real FTRL train from P2 down to P8. Lennon has got a bit of a gap at the moment, but I think I'll go back up soon enough. Pagani is thinking about a move down the inside, possibly here of Aaron, though these two just sticking with each other. They know they can stick with each other, these two. Very, very close together. To be honest, possibly too close together at times. For no one else is kind of able to go as close as they can, especially in qualifying. Sometimes when they were teammates ninth, you would see them literally bumper to bumper near enough through qualifying, and that I just could not do that at all. Rom's having a bit of a dodgy open sector here, and Lee is thinking about a move through, and Rom shut the door kind of there, and that's going to allow T Smith through up into P6. Nicole, I think, was maybe a little bit opportunistic, thinking Rom was going to give him some room there. Rom had no intention of really giving him room, and that was kind of fair enough from Rom's point of view, I think, there. Oh dear, Lee's gonna hit the wall. He's got lucky at the point in which he's rejoined. That Fever was so close behind him that Fever wasn't able to avoid Lee. I just kind of ended up very slowly hitting him instead of overtaking him, which was very lucky from Lee's point of view. T. Smith has finally got past Lee, as we've seen, but there's now 2 cars in between him and his championship rival. We're going to have to get away from. Who's that? It's Lennon. Oh my god! Saw someone in the foreground having a big moment in terms of Spoon, and it's Lennon who's lost P2 to P8. So such a shame for him. Pagani has P2, it's 6.5 seconds, and it's going to be 3 laps. No way, Jose, unless there's some sort of massive collision for unsafe. And Pagani's actually had a bit of a dodgy lap there, end of the lap there, and he's really close. Although Darren to get right into his bumper. Will Aaron will just push Pagani, or will he try and overtake? I'm not sure. I think he's doing the pushing technique of just pushing him along and not really fighting him through there. At least T. Smith down the inside. Rom, it turns to the outside for the next part. He's going to try and hold it. He's not going to be able to. Rom defends. T. Smith so far is not getting the points he needs really to wrap it up today. It's going to go as it stands at the moment, definitely to the final week. Very interesting. T. Smith is almost certain to win the championship, obviously, but we'll go to last week at point time. This is going to go a new race, which is worth more points. We'll see what happens with that. Unsafe. Still with that nice comfortable gap, and to be honest, it's not going anywhere, so we knew he wasn't going to be under threat for the lead anyway, for the win, really barring any issues, but Gani's not making any inroads at all. Len is now at that back of that group, obviously, after his little incident. Blue flag's just off the back of it, and then it's Houdini's Wi-Fi, Carl, who's a better drift, Mike is a better drift, as well as him, and Ross, sadly, is getting further behind. Maybe turn 1 again for him. A bit more spread out between the guys behind the garden now. It's not quite as close, I mean, they're still quite closely bunched, but not really as bunched. Feedback is back of Leap Party. You were thinking about a move, possibly. Lees went wide, and that's allowed him very straightforwardly through. Feeber, oh, he's a little bit wide, Feeber. On the track, come down. T. Smith right on the back of Rom, and I think this might be a very easy move here, as Rom, I don't think, has slipstream. No, I don't think he does, and T. Smith is trying to go down the inside, he's trying to find the room. Rom has to finally give him the room, and T. Smith is going to go down the inside. Rom's not really going to have much to defend him with, I don't think, here, and T. Smith finds his way through. They're going to have this lap and another lap to go. Can T. Smith find a way to close up to the back of Pagani? Pagani does have a penalty that he got, I think it was when there was a bit of a touch with Leacoll. Not sure if it was for cutting the corner, but it was a bit of a contact with Leacoll. He got the penalty, because when he got it, it was at the final corner, a little chicane. So he still has 8 attempts for that. T. Smith possibly can still beat him on points here, which would be a big helping hand on to the last race of the day. Unsafe though, looking very nice and comfortable at the moment. Look at all these cars in a row here. On P5, Feeber P6 now, Leacoll after that off P7, Lennon's down in P8, Blue Flag's P9, and this is Denny's Wi-Fi, who's got a little bit more time than Blue Flag, so I think he might have been off somewhere. Unsafe, no, nicely round Spoon. Pagani's got the gap I think he needs now. T. Smith is now right on the back of Aaron. T. Smith needs to get a move on right now. He's got a good exit off of Spoon, and I think it's going to be a move into turn 1, and T. Smith is going to go round the outside of 130R, and that is not an easy move. He's going to have to get that bang on right, and he's went off the track, and he's not able to do it. And that's allowing Pagani even further breathing space. Remember, he has that penalty still. Unsafe crosses the line for his last lap. Pagani's going to get another lap. So is Aaron. So is T. Smith. So is Rom. Bieber will as well. I think it'll be blue flag gets it as well. Houdini's Wi-Fi is going to be first across the line. Rom thinking about him. Possibly on T. Smith. T. Smith a bit deep there compared to Aaron, but he's all right. They're all running their own races at the moment. They're all. No one's risking anything at the moment. Not wide yet. Keeps on the track. Keeps on the black stuff. Safe though, doing a good job out front. Smith, MP4. Pagani going to outscore him 2 points. They outscored him in that last race as well by a point. So Tom did get the pole. So 2 points taken off that. So Pagani outscoring Tom by 1 at the moment, so it's very tight. So it all goes to the last race basically. Whoever attempts to win the battle between them for the last race, that will make a difference. Unsafe though, rounds the last corner and he wins. Didn't look back after getting an early getaway. Unsafe wins. Congratulations to him. Pagani is going to take P2. He's done well there, Pagani, and he's going to have a gap enough to. Oh no, he's not. Pagani's only got P3 actually. It was not a big enough gap, so Aaron's actually took P2 off of Pagani, so it's actually going to be level now in terms of points between Pagani and T. Smith here. No one's outscored anyone. So Pagani needs to beat Tom in this last race to keep it going to next race. Next week even. Closely bunched all of them there throughout that race, so it was a very enjoyable race to watch. We've got free race coming up. No, soft and mediums are mandatory, and then you've got just tyre times 3 and there's no fuel. So we get to see pit stops now in this last race. I have a few minutes again, I'll imagine. Oh, so it's 40 minutes, so got, I would imagine it's probably going to be about, I was going to say 20 laps, but it's going to probably be 19. It's probably going to be 18. Probably going to be about, it's probably actually going to be 17 or 18 laps. I think it'll be 18 laps, on about. Red rejoined. So it's reverse championship starts them out for this race, so got it's going to be Pagani and Tom, starting at the back. Pagani going to be starting second from last. So it's reverse championship, so it's going to be a full custom grid that Sai is going to have to do. Not Sai actually, it's Aaron, sorry. It's, what do you call it? Host. So, 2 races gone. Race 1, Pagani won. Race 2, was unsafe. So definitely a good race to watch, that one. We'll see what everyone plans to start the race on. Nicely, both mandatory tyres, so we'll see what happens in terms of strategy choices. Usually most people start on the slower tyre, but you never know. See if there's any variations in terms of how many stops people want to do. Obviously there's no fuel depletion, so it's just about tyre management. Usually the big thing with changing amount of stops is cars, fuel and things like that. They want to save fuel and things like that, but obviously tyre wear still can be a big difference as well, depending on how you drive. Some people drive much smoother than others and have much better tyre wear. Ross is a prime example of that. You can always make tyres go a lot further. T. Smith's the same. He does very, very well with the tyres. So some of them are better than others at tyre management. Actually changes now. Do you need Wi-Fi? Yeah. So far. We've seen one driver on the softs. So I think he did needs Wi-Fi though. First chat, but I'm looking at the championship. He has got to be stuck front on the right. Yeah, he's starting third. Bread and Paul, Mikey on second. You know, thinking about trying to bolt it near the start. So, Pagani, basically, what he needs to do right now to keep it to the end is beat Tom. If he beats Tom, he keeps it going, I think, till the last race. If Tom wins, beats Pagani, then Pagani wins. Tom beats Pagani, then Tom wins the championship. So that's quite a nice livery that one for Tom. It's like the Group 3, so changing liveries. So I'll have a quick peek through the ones I can. Glasses. I've seen Mike before, I think. When I went on board with Mike L, I quite liked it. A few minutes ago. T. Smith still is very nice, quite a classy livery. So it is. Right, here we go. What could be the championship decider. On results. Here we go. Starting on pole is Bread. T. Smith at the back as he is championship leader. And here we go. 40 minutes could be the decider of the championship for season 13 of GT Sport, possibly. Let's see how it goes. Bread is going to start us off. How's the start going to be? Going to be much more trickier in the Group 3s. Decent start. Dean's Wi-Fi's got a bit of a jump on Mike, mind you, and he's going to try and find a way through, but I think Mike's going to hold him off. So Bread does lead into turn 1 from Mike and Houdini's Wi-Fi. Junkie Sport is P4, then it's Lee Cole in P5, Lennon's P6, but he's on the grass, but he got away with it, fully committed. Oh, that's blue flag, who's ended up on the gravel on the outside and is going to be all the way down at the back. T. Smith and Pagani is as you were. There's not any difference between those two. Then it's Rom, Aaron, Bieber, unsafe, positive Ross, Lennon P6, there's Lee Cole, Carl still P4, so it's not much changes other than blue flag, to be honest, who sadly might be a bit of contact with Ross, possibly. So the first time through the second digger, and they're all through it nice and cleanly. They're all on the mediums as expected, bar Houdini's Wi-Fi is on the softs, it is indeed, and Carl is trying to fight him. And I think Houdini's Wi-Fi still gone at the moment. Bread leads though, and towards Spoon for lap 1. Lee Cole's P5. And we've got Lennon now, his P6. Crosses right through there, but he's got it nicely. Keep an eye on the tyre wear for the drivers now. See how they manage. Who's that up front? There's a bit of a battle going on. That's Lee Cole. He's trying to have a look at Carl. He's not in the slipstream at the moment, so he's going to go back into the slipstream. He's going to lose a lot of time on the straight. Oh my bloody good God. There's quite a few of them going really wide, and Mike's been pushed off a little bit there, and that was... Oh God, that going on. There's a lot of wheel banging, and Mike is held on from Houdini's Wi-Fi. Wheel banging going on here. Houdini's Wi-Fi, those in those soft tyres, held wide. He's very racy here towards the start, and he's going to try and go round the outside into turn one. That's going to be brave, and he's... Oh my God, just on the end of the track. He's... Oh, I thought he was going to end up into the abyss there and end up flying off into the barriers there, but good move for Houdini's Wi-Fi. He's just held that. I genuinely looked like he was going to do a Ross and end up blooming 10 mile towards South Korea, not Japan. But he kept it. Nice move. Fever is getting close to the back of Lennon there. Aaron getting a little bit out of shape there. Just missed his line slightly there. Ron P10, Pagani's P11 is unsafe, and T Smith. So Pagani's got past unsafe. So T Smith's now got two drivers between him and his one driver. Sorry, one driver between him as championship rival. So Bread's still bleeding, so he's done a good job, and he's actually developed a little bit of a gap behind the name's Wi-Fi, who's always going to be quick at this stage of the races. He's on past the tyres, so they are going to die a bit quicker. He's got to come in. Oh my God, Ross is off. What in the world happened there? He just went off the track. I'm not sure if there was a lapse of concentration, but he's now near enough last. That was about. Interesting. Houdini's Wi-Fi now. Almost soft compound tyres that are going to be very racy at the point in time. And you can see in the slipstream he is gaining and gaining. You might think about a move on the start finish straight. I don't think you would think about a move around here. It's a difficult place to overtake, and Bread, that's not going to help him one job. He's not had the best run through there, and that's allowed Houdini's Wi-Fi to get a decent exit. And I think Houdini's Wi-Fi will think about a move. Bread, I don't think he's going to have much to defend with, and I think Bread's just going to run his own race, and I hope he does. He doesn't really defend much here. Houdini's Wi-Fi moves up straight away. You see how much quicker these Group 3 cars are on the straight line. It's so much easier to overtake in them. With Group 4 cars, there's just not a lot of top speed. So it's much easier with faster cars to get that overtake done and sorted. Fever P6, there's Aaron in P7 behind him. There's Pagani P8. He's moved up again past Roman Mike. T Smith has now got a lot of cars to make up as I was watching that battle for the lead. Pagani's doing a good job up in P8. He is flying. He's a man on a mission at the moment. T Smith is down the order. Alright, T Smith is miles away. Didn't even realise that. He's at the S's still, chumming towards Degna. He's lost 20 odd seconds to Pagani. So I think at the moment it's looking very likely that this championship is going to go to... Oh no, he's not. He's pitted, that's why. He's put on soft tyres. What? I was wondering what the heck was going on there. I was wondering why he was... That's a very... I mean, I know Tom sometimes has interesting strategies, but he's pitted already. Lap 2. SPY, help me. That's very early, is it not? Because he's in the chat. Is that not? There's no tyre wear. That's just clearly he just doesn't like those tyres. So that seems a bit mental to me. I mean, I'm not gonna pass any judgment. It's Tom. He's there. He's the fastest man really in this division for a reason. Oh my God, Lennon! Bloody hell! A good job to catch that. That looked like it was going into the wall there, to be honest. Good job to save that. Oh, Well, S13 did this the other week and it worked out pretty well, so who are we to judge? Let's see. I mean, in fairness, it gets him out of the traffic of everyone, doesn't it? So, in that regard, he's not going to have all that stuff to deal with. Pagani's still making his way through good in P7, so I get why you might think about doing that. Obviously, the mediums probably aren't the best tyre around here, and you can see from Houdini's Wi-Fi, who, no disrespect to Houdini's Wi-Fi, isn't the quickest guy in this division. And he's set the fastest lap of the race. Bear in mind, he is in clear air, and he's got the soft tyre, which I think is a good indication of how much quicker those soft tyres are over the mediums around here. Obviously, there's a lot of demanding corners around here. Obviously, those S's, there's a lot of quick corners. This Junkie Sport went very wide with that second Degner, and he's lost a good couple of places. And he's down to P6, and that might be P7. It is P7, it's Pagani. He's getting past him as well, though Carl goes back to the inside and very, very nearly hits into Aaron there. That was very, very close. So one of those swings there, when people are... Obviously, Aaron's not going to... It's not Aaron's fault, Aaron's not going to expect the Junkie Sport to come down the inside, but that's one of those things when someone's coming from the middle of the track and is trying to get round the apex of the corner, that can happen. As Aaron goes down the inside of Lennon, sometimes you can end up having a bit of a collision on the apex. It just happens sometimes. Aaron on Lennon. He's going to get this move done. He is getting that move done. I thought he might have struggled there because there wasn't any slipstream. Lennon's going to still try and hold off Pagani now, and he has done. Man, that's a very rude car. I've just seen, I didn't get to see that before the race started. Feel your boobies. I mean, if there was ever a Lennon car, that's a Lennon car. That's a disrespect. However, that's very good. His Wi-Fi's got a nice little gap there, by the way. It's on the soft tyre, and he's actually, if you look at the tyre wear, he's got less tyre wear than Bread Is Your Daddy. So, actually, no, he's not. He's got a little bit more. I'm losing the plot. Clearly didn't get my eyes tested, it's a teeny bit more, but it's not much tyre wear difference, to be honest, between Houdini's Wi-Fi. He's obviously doing a decent job out there. Possible for a decent result here. I've just noticed that the three of the same team, Team Brexit, obviously as they're not from the UK, Rob, Unsafe and Fiber are all in a line from P8 to P10. Junkie Sport plummeted down the order after that error he had on the previous lap at that corner where he's just also had another error, and Rom is tried to find a way through there around the outside, and Carl has been a little bit naughty and decided just not getting through at all there. So Team Brexit in a bit of a line now. Let's see if Rom can get past. Still the same out front. Have a look and see what's happening with Tom as well. Actually, very, very early. There isn't much tyre wear around here, obviously. So. Oh, a little bit of nudging going on there. I don't think that was particularly anyone's fault. I think Carl was, the guys behind him were a little bit quicker than Carl. I think Carl was a bit slow for that corner. Rom is trying to go down the inside, and there's a went rail. Oh, Carl is not going to get touched, but he's going to go wide there. Just trying to hold it. That's something that happens very often there. Oh, there's a bit of a collision on the apex between the two of them. Rom and Carl. Oh, Carl bails out though, so allows Team Brexit to continue on their own. Recall and Aaron going side by side. Recall in the Fanta car, the Fanta Grape, I suggest that is. And it's called that one as well. Carl holding off though. That's Pagani P5. Still, though, Houdini's Wi-Fi is still doing well there. Going very, very nicely. A quarter of the way through, and he's doing well. Go on, Houdini's Wi-Fi. Also, credit to Bread Is Your Daddy as well, who's also having a good race so far. Aaron is trying to find a way past into the first Degner, the second Degner, which is the absolute nightmare corner where everyone has that moments, and Aaron, tiny moment, but probably not the nicest of the medium tyres. No, at least it's not the hards. And nice and hard. Nice. In fairness though, Aaron So he's got past Lecol there, but then, even though he went very, very wide Lecol, he got a good exit. One of those things at that hairpin, there's so many different lines, and obviously not massive difference between any of the lines in terms of pace, as you can just see there. But 4 cars going through Spoon, all 4 cars taking entirely different lines. All scattered across the track. Difficult calling this one, so it is. And the one that drags you out wide. You see a lot of time in all sorts of motorsport categories around there. Cars just drag out wide. A lot of cars end up either spinning or heading into the gravel trap. Let's see if there's P7, there's Team Brexit in a line, followed by blue flag. T. Smith making headway very quickly, and then he set a 1:59, basically 1:59 lap, both laps in a row, which is 3 seconds quicker than what Pagani is doing at the moment. So in terms of what that's doing, that might be a very, very good idea from Tom again. So that's why I said what last week might work again this week. And he's lapping significantly quicker. Lennon's very wide there. Or Lennon totally wrong, so he has. When he's there's Team Brexit again. He's out to P9, running in formation. T. Smith, P11, lapping very quickly. Carl is pitted, as we saw. Oh, and the softs, Jesus. Mike, Mike's doing some lawn mowing. Must say it's a fancy lawnmower. It's not where you want to be. So Dini's Wi-Fi though. Still lapping in the 2-minute flats, which is quicker than what Pagani and all that are doing. I must say, Houdini's Wi-Fi is in a solid position here. Starting to get a bit more tyre on the front, as you would expect, but it's going to be a one-stop. So he's alright, he's fine at the moment. And he's in a cracking place here, Houdini's Wi-Fi. He's cantering around, quite nice on his own. Lee's got a dodgy run, and Aaron's got through, and he might be under pressure from Pagani as well. He's going to get the slipstream off Aaron, and he's going to be through as well. So, good opportunistic moves there. Lee Colt made a mistake, and he's lost 2 places. You can't make a mistake when you've got drivers as quick as those two. But yeah, he's on his own, Houdini's Wi-Fi, and that sometimes for certain people can make a world of difference. And I mean, his lap times are gradually getting dropped off just a tiny bit, but he's still pretty damn there. I mean, he's still lapping a good 7-8 times quicker than the guys Aaron, Pagani, Lecol and all that. But obviously he's lapping slower than T. Smith, as you would expect, having T. Smith has fresh tyres. But considering there's only about a second between the two of those per lap with Dini's Wi-Fi and T. Smith, considering how fast T. Smith is going at the moment as well. Dini's Wi-Fi is obviously on slightly more worn tyres as well. Solid from the Dini's Wi-Fi. And I hope he does work well here. He deserves it. He's doing well. Same with Bread, mind you. Bread's holding off Aaron and Pagani as well, and he's on medium, so good job from Bread in the moment. Sometimes Bread can get a little bit flustered though. Bread starts to make mistakes, more mistakes happen if you get what I mean. He doesn't seem to make more and more mistakes. The whole try and keeps his head, and he doesn't make any little errors here and there. Aaron's went very, very wide, and I think he's basically just given Pagani possibly the track there to get through. Unsafe has got past Rome there, so Team Brexit moving between each other, changing positions. Blue flag's still behind, but he's lost a tiny bit of time off the back of Team Brexit. T. Smith is now moved another 2.2 seconds. He's lapping in the mid 59s at the moment, which is quicker than everyone else. Carl's lapping 2:05 for his first, and he's got Lennon, who's now on the softs as well after his pit stop, and he's come out right directly behind him. And Carl's a little bit wide there, but he's managed to get turned down alright. Nearly halfway through, approaching halfway. Lennon and Carl wheel to wheel towards 130R. Lennon, he's got the upper hand, I think he's got the inside line, and he's slowly going forward. I think that's Someone just come into the pits there. It's Lennon just off the track, but he's managed to get it as Rom and Bread. Bread pits from P2, Rom was P6 or something like that. So he pits from there. Pagani is still P2. Aaron Leacall behind. Houdini's Wi-Fi 8.1 seconds ahead. The guys behind doing very, very nicely out in the lead at the moment. Daylight between him and the rest at the moment. T-Smith's in a very good position as well, though. He's catching up to Blue Flag, and he's still lapping now in the getting towards the high 59, but he's still lapping faster than everyone on track at the moment. Bieber 2 minute 1 flat. Bieber starting to speed up a little bit as well. Aaron and Pagani starting to slow down a little bit. Team Brexit are coming, taking care of the tyres. Our Team Brexit, you can tell. And Bieber's got the best tyre wrapping out of anyone on the mediums. So as you can see, Team Brexit have joined the proceedings for the chasing pack behind Houdini's Wi-Fi. I think the tyres are starting to go for Houdini's Wi-Fi. Pagani's gained a couple of attempts in this lap for the first time, so a little bit of a difference. Leacall is struggling a little bit now. He's starting to drop off the back of Aaron and Pagani, and that's going to put him in the clutches of Team Brexit, who are stalking his every move at the moment, heading towards 150R. He's not going to be getting slipstream. Unsafe. He's going to be getting slipstream, and he's going to go try and go round the outside, and he does it with precise judgment there. We've seen a lot of people go wide doing that. Unsafe though, gets the move done. Solid move from Unsafe, though I think he might pick up a penalty as he actually dives in. Oh, he's hit the wall. Oh dear, could have cost him a second. Leacall still P4, but he's now got Bieber to watch behind. T. Smith is now caught up to the back of Blue Flag. He's just at 59.1 after getting slowly dropping his times. That's a good lap time. Oh, it's Dini's Wi-Fi. That's shocking cross sector. Dini's Wi-Fi's had a massive moment somewhere. He's lost 4.8 seconds in the last lap, that first sector, sorry. So Pagani's now going to catch up to him shortly. I think Aaron as well. Such a shame for Dini's Wi-Fi. He was doing so well. Oh, what's that? Is he off again there? He was off again there. He's on the gravel. It's down at 1.7. His tyres are gone. He needs in the pits. See how everyone's doing. T. Smith gets past Blue Flag, though, while we're seeing the issue with Houdini. And he's moving up to P6. And he's catching up to the entirety of the pack now. And he's done a pit stop, though he is on the soft tyres. I'm sure he'll probably go on the softs again near the end now. He's went on the mediums to start. So he's a little bit out of sync with everyone. Pardon me. Bieber is going to try and get round the outside, same as his teammate done on the previous lap. And he's down the inside. Leacall can't really do much against that, and Bieber gets through. Any of them going to pit? Yep, Bieber does the same as his teammate. Got past the Leacall and then went into the pitch doing it. Houdini's Wi-Fi's in as well, which is a good job. His tyres are absolutely getting quite shocked now, it's fair to say. That releases Pagani into the race lead. Aaron P2, Leacall P3, T. Smith P4, Blue Flag P5. Bear in mind T. Smith is on a little bit of a different strategy, but we'll see what pops out when near the end. Lennon P7, he's definitely going to be on the front, put it that way. Bread's P8 after his pit stop, he's on the soft tyres. Lennon's in front of him, but Lennon has pitted earlier than him. Positive Ross pitted very early as well, so he's in P6. He's done a similar strategy to T. Smith. So we'll see what happens with him as well. Rom is... Oh, there's been contact possible. Oh my god, there's been Lennon and Bread done the same thing there by the look of it. I'm not sure if there was contact between them at some point and that caused that. But Rom gets up to P7. There's Lennon and Bread, P8 and P9 now. Unsafe, up to P10. There's Houdini's Wi-Fi. Fiba, Mike, Carl's in again. And he's having some issues, so I'm not sure what's wrong with Carl. Not sure what's going on with Carl. Second gap now between the top two. They're going to be in shortly, I'd imagine. T. Smith is right on the back of Lee Cole now, and he's going to pop himself down the inside towards 130 yard. I don't think Lee Cole's going to be able to defend that at all. And there we go, T. Smith moves up. Pagani, will he come in? Or will he wait another lap? He stays out. Aaron's in. Aaron comes in, so that's going to release T. Smith up to P2. Lee Cole is still carrying on. Ross is carrying on as well. He's doing similar to T. Smith. He hasn't. A very similar tyre wear actually. Aaron and Blue Flag fitted. So Aaron and Blue Flag will be putting on the softs. Aaron's coming out in P10. Just is going to wheel with Bieber. He's going to just hold off, I think. Yep, does come out in P10. Just ahead of Bieber. It's important. Don't want to get held up at all. Slightly different strategy between quite a few people. Ross and Tom are doing something different. A couple of other people pitted early, Lennon and things, so they're something slightly different. Pagani is going long. Lee Coles went long as well. T. Smith though is on the hunt, and he's now in the low twos. Pagani's in the low ones, so about a second a lap. But I think Pagani will definitely win the pits either this lap or the next lap. T. Smith, I'm not quite sure, he'll have to do another stop, so he'll be doing a 2-stop. Most people are doing a 1-stop. Lee Coles times are falling off the cliff. Last lap was a 3.2, so he needs to get in pretty sharpish. Ross is still on the low 2s as well. Ooh, Lennon's left, I'm not sure if that's probably a rage going. As I just had that spin moment off, obviously. Fiba is trying to get back down the inside of Aaron. He's trying to get past Houdini, he's not able to do it yet. Aaron's on the soft, Houdini's Wi-Fi is on those medium tyres, hence why Aaron is in a bit of a hurry to get past here. Doesn't want to get stuck behind them for any longer than he needs. And he's trying to think about a move here. I don't think he's going to be able to get round outside there. He's not far enough alongside really, but he will, I'd imagine, get this move done. Gali carries on. Lee Cole is in though. Gani's going an extra lap. Gani's going very, very long, so he is. Aaron is still not able to get past though Houdini's Wi-Fi. He's getting held up here, a treat. Now, is he going to try and find a way past through the S's? It's not really the most common. He's tried no, and he's not been able to this time no. He's only got a move like that. Oh, he has though, he's got round the out, he's trying to go round the outside, he's going to do a switch pack, a Dunlop curve. Exquisite move from Aaron. That is a cracking move. And now Fiber's going to try and think about a move as well. He's going to try and go round the outside. Oh, no, he's ghosting inside and he's having to jump back outside. Ghosting is never a good thing. Houdini's Wi-Fi didn't get the best exit from the second Vegna, and now Fiber is going to try and go round the outside at the hairpin. He's going to get the better traction off the exit, and I think Fiber will have that done. And Fiber moves himself up into P8. Bread still in a very solid place in P6. Impressed with Bread here. Unsafe P5. Rom P4. Sets the fastest lap of the race in 58.8. Oh, Ross is off. Oh dear. Oh, he's just avoided that wall on the outside. Ross's tyres have gone. I think Ross needs to enter by pits. very quickly as Rom is going to get past here. We're going to go wheel to wheel. Ooh. Ross gets his elbows out. Pagani's in. Finally, Ross, enter the pits for your sanity. Because those tyres are dead. Yeah, he does. So T. Smith leads the race. Can he get those tyres to the end? I doubt it. Those tyres will be pretty short. When the soft tyres start to go off, as you've seen with some others, they really do go off. You've seen what happened with Houdini's Wi-Fi. It was pretty shocking. That last lap. At the moment, Team Brexit P2 and P3 though. Red's P4. Aaron's P5. Bieber's P6. Pagani is P7 on the soft tyre. Houdini's Wi-Fi is P8. So 12.5 minutes to go. Blue flag sitting nice in P9. Leacoll is just come out. Blue flag came in a couple of laps before. He came in lap 11, lap 14. So he said this is his third lap on those fresh tyres now. So Leacoll on the fresh tyres. What do we get past quite quickly? Mike's down at the back in P12. T. Smith though. There's a gap. 10.8 seconds. Now, I think T. Smith is going to come in, which I expect him to do. I think he'll be in the next few laps because I wouldn't want to see those tyres after 12 minutes, to be honest. And safe behind his Team Brexit teammate. On the back of Bread. These two are quite good friends, so Bread might just let him past here. Fighting for a position, mind you. And Aaron's going to pop himself down the inside. Spot on 30R. Straightforward move. He's going to have to complete it though through 130R. Bread doesn't really put up too much of a fight though. Feebart is going to try and get past as well. I think Bread's still just about got it. And Feebart won't be able to get past just yet. Might think about a move down the outside of turn 1, though I don't think he's quite close enough. No, he's not. Pagani's in P7. So picking that extra few laps earlier has allowed Aaron to jump Pagani. Bread trying to stop the slipstream. T. Smith carries on for another lap. Rom's P2. Unsafe P3. Aaron's P4. Red P5. Up Fever a little bit now at the moment. He's also going to be holding up Pagani, and that's not good for Pagani. As T. Smith is so far ahead at the moment. Anyway, he does have to pit again. It's not looking good at the moment for Pagani. T. Smith's strategy has worked at the moment, looks like. Oh, Bread's wide, he's kicked it off the... Oh god, Dean's Wi-Fi made him nearly not so lucky. Oh dearie me, blue flag, bloody hell, that's wide. And that's going to allow Leacoll past. That is very, very wide. Quarter of the race to go. Carlson, he's just not feeling it tonight. I'm not under the weather, unlucky. It is indeed, I was going to say that. It's Team Brexit, P2, P3, P5. Very, very, very solid Team Brexit. We're running quite nice together, just in a bit of a line. And the staff have spread it now. And they were quite good in that first race as well. And they came into it towards the second race, sorry. They came into it towards the end of the race, started closing up. As Pagani and Feebart are going wheel to wheel. Pagani gets a bit of his elbows out. Feebart, he's in P5. Tom though carries on. Is Tom going to try and get to the end on those tyres? That seems like an awfully lot of laps for those tyres. He's still got this lap and another 4 to go. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about that. I think towards the end, Robin unsafe was so much quicker. So if anyone can manage to keep them on behind, Tom will. Pagani is on the way as well. There's so many cars between him and Tom though. It's highly likely Tom is going to be prime position at the moment. Keeper purple for the first sector. Red still P7 with these Wi-Fi P8. Just a couple of offs. It was on that moment he had a couple of laps going and he had that big up moment. He lost about 6-7 seconds in a lap. Oh, and he's going to flip sideways again. He's not enjoying those medium tyres, is he? A bit all over the shot at the moment. We call P9. Blue flag we've seen at the same corner I just went through there. Last lap had a moment. Ross is pitted again on a set of soft tyres, so he's on very fresh softs towards the end of the race. T. Smith though, going on those tyres. Probably not unsafe, very tiny difference, unsafe ever so slightly better. Aaron's tyres are, brand new. Pagani's on brand spanking new tyres. Bieber's on pretty alright tyres as well. Similar with Bread's a little bit more worn though. His Wi-Fi on the medium tyre though, struggling a bit. There's Rico on the soft as well. T. Smith carries on, so I don't think he's going to come in. I think if he was to come in, he would have come in well before now, so he's going to carry on to the end now. And saving grace for Tom is Roman unsafe did pit a little bit earlier than Aaron and Pagani did, for example, so their tyres aren't going to be in the best of shape either towards the end. One they need to watch out for is Aaron, but I don't think Aaron's going to be able to make up the difference of that kind of lap time before the end of the race. So Tom's alternate strategy compared to the rest of the grid seems to be paying off at the moment. Obviously the tyres are getting very worn, and towards that last lap might be a bit hairy. You're going to have to keep an eye keep it on the straight and narrow, keep between the white lines. But at the moment he's looking very, very nicely. Oh, good evening, City Posh. Long time no see. How is the studying for the exams going? Is it all panning out? Blue flag still P7 as Ross also catch up to blue flag quite soon, I'd imagine. Have you seen Twitter, SBY? Is this something to do with Messi? Oh, you're a bit SBY. Not sure if you're a bit something to do with Messi. I know City Posh is a massive Man City fan, as we're all aware. What's that? That's unsafe in Aaron. Aaron trying to go around the outside. Don't think he's going to be able to find a way through. Go on, City Posh. One more week to go. I mean, it's summer. Those were the day's exams. No, mine's are in May, in fairness. I had a month left when I was lots ago, so. Behind us. What are you hoping for, City Posh? A stars. That is A stars, isn't it? Here it's just A's. B's. D's. Simple. T. Smith has actually extended his gap very slightly. T. Smith has done an absolute stellar job, by the way. So there is a 4-car train developing. Ah, the FTRL Twitter account is asking how many likes to get City Posh back for next season. There also is the possibility that I might be making a return as well. Hopefully. I don't know, I've heard it for the grapevine. But yeah, that's depending on commentary situation, because I know you want to race SUI, so it depends on that. Aaron trying to find a way past, unsafe. Where he goes down the outside, he's got past now. Pagani's right on the back of Rom. Down around the outside, he's got to go here. That's Carl getting out the pits, going for the last few laps. Pagani around the outside, he's, oh my god, he's off. Oh, he's round, he's round. It's all gone wrong. Pagani has just lost the championship. It's all over. He's down to P6. I think it was all over anyway, to be fair, but it's all over. T. Smith is going to be your champion, barring any last minute issues. We have a lap to go after this. Rom's P2, Aaron's P3, Unsafe P4, Fever P5, Pagani's P6, Salini's Wi-Fi's P7, then it's Bread. It's actually a decent battle here going on here for P7 onwards. This will be very interesting, this battle. Ross trying to go round the outside of Lico. He's going to get a bit of slipstream, possibly off Bread. I think Ross has done it. Ross on the best tyres, and he's moved himself up into P9. Oh, Ross is off. Oh my god, he's done us. He's off as well. Lico also went a bit slow at that point as well. Ross had a moment, and he's now going to go wheel to wheel for blue flag. You never answer my question, City Paul. Is it well, actually purposely avoiding my question of what you were wanting for your exam results? Lico trying to pop himself down the back down the inside of blue flag. Going to go wheel to wheel. Oh, blue flag's going to get kind of beats on the curb slightly. Oh god, Lico sliding. He's got it. Jesus, that's close. Pagani still down in P6. Team Brexit P2, P3, P2, P4, P5. Sorry, P3's Aaron. T. Smith, absolutely impeccable, is what I'd use to describe the way he's driven today. This race, his tyres are looking not very nice anymore. This last lap was the only lap in the ones. 2 minute 1.4. So, fantastic from him. Pagani's back into P6 now, and he's going to try and get past the two in front of him, which is Unsafe and Fever. He's got only got a couple of corners left, though. Unsafe's got a 1.3 second penalty behind the mind, though, so he's going to jump him anyway. T. Smith though round Spoon for the final time. He's going to take the championship as the time runs out. And here we go. Time out. And see what happens now as Fever goes down the inside of Unsafe. Pagani gets past, trying to get past as well, but he isn't able to. So Fever, I think, is safe from Pagani. But Tom is going to come round to win season 13, win the race, win the championship. Stellar performance. Rom's going to come round to take P2. Aaron's going to take P3. Done to them. Fever's going to take P4. Pagani's going to take P5. Unsafe is going to take P6. Ross is going to take P7. Is he actually? Sudin's Wi-Fi's got penalty. Yeah, Ross is going to take P7. His wife is going to take P8. Blue flag P9. Lico P10. And Bread is going to round out in P11. And Carl is crossing the lane as well. He came out for our last few laps. He wasn't feeling too great as well. And Carl crossed the line, P13. So there we go. T. Smith wins the championship. Rome P2, Aaron P3. Good result for Team Brexit in sitting 4th and 6th. It's looking very good for them. Very rosy for them in terms of the constructors, as they've had a good solid week as well. We'll see the point spot next week for SPY. Hopefully we'll be back. But there we go. So T. Smith wins the championship. So congratulations to him. He's won another championship. He's been very dominant recently. And congratulations to him. There we go. That's all 3 races done. So Pagani won race 1. T. Smith won. Unsafe won Getting confused. Pagani won race 1. Unsafe won race 2. And T. Smith won race 3. So 3 different winners this evening around Suzuka. Thank you very much, SPY. So there we go. All over all the championship, but join SPY next week, I would imagine, and see who wins the constructors and the finalisation of all who got where. Obviously, I'm not sure if there's a race tomorrow. I actually can't remember. ACC back Monday, and then F1 still off until the new game comes out in about a few weeks after that. So still off for another month roughly for F1, and then you'll be back next Thursday for GT. But thank you very much for watching, as always, and have a nice day.